What's up, YouTube people? Jay here. Wanted to bring you guys another video. Haven't done one in quite a while, so thought I'd show you guys what's been going on. This is my 20 high that I just set up 2-3 weeks ago, and things are really starting to look good. I'm really digging this Finex LED light. I'm thinking it's really doing the job nicely for these crypts. So yeah, this is the crypt tank because all the plants are crypts except for that red tiger lotus. The longer leaves around the outside are the old leaves, and then all these leaves coming up in the center are the new growth. So this plant I think has started to take root since I'm seeing new growth. This one's a good example of quite a few leaves coming out of the center, and then the surrounding kind of crown is the older ones. And yeah, I kind of have them spread all throughout the tank, and yeah, they're doing well. I think in about probably in a month to 2 months, this tank's really going to take off and look good. They're just establishing their roots again, and it's going to look really nice, I think, in about a month with some additional growing time. Still using the same type of substrate 'cause I've had good luck with it. I'm using Eco Complete mixed with CCAM root tabs, and the crypts really seem to do well in that substrate, so I didn't mess with that formula. Did take out the Amazon in the back. It was right there, but it was such a bright green, you know, it was a neon green, and didn't really match the colors of the rest of the tank, so took that out and put some crypts back in its place. My red Titleist is also doing really well. It's filled in that spot really nicely. It's interesting because the leaves are growing different though. This round leaf is from the old tank. That's the old growth. And then if you can see, the new leaves are almost arrowhead shaped. Very pointy, and I don't know, that's just how they've been growing under this light, but still doing really well. It's kind of red mixed with orangish. I don't know. It gives a good contrast to the brown or olive colored crypt one time. So this tank's looking good. All the fish are still doing really well. They just seem to get along really nicely, so wanted to keep them together. My ram right here, he's really starting to color up, but he hasn't grown much. You know, I'm not really sure exactly how long I've had him, but you know, I haven't really noticed him grow. You know, I don't think he's grown at all really since I've had him. He eats a lot. I mean, he really does, and he's healthy and he swims around, but he just doesn't grow. So I don't know if that's going to be his, you know, his final size or what. I thought they grew to about 3 inches. He's probably not even 2. He's got that cool dorsal though, so I mean he's healthy and he thinks he runs the tank. He just hasn't grown much, but that's all right. This tank is looking pretty good, and given some time, I think it's going to look really good. So, anyways, that's the 20 high. I'll go over here and show you the 20 long now. Somebody was asking about this tank. This is my Corydoras and Anubias tank, and I don't know, this tank doesn't do a whole lot. It's one of those easy freshwater tanks, you know, just keep up with the water changes, and you should be good to go. There's one of my cories darting to the surface. Still have, there's some back there. I think I have 7 still. I did have 2 die. Not sure why, but the rest of the 7 are doing really well. I have actually had quite a bit of growth from my Anubias lately, which, you know, Anubias are pretty slow growers under most circumstances, but you can see there's a new leaf back there. It's kind of reflecting a lot of light, but it looks kind of white right there in the middle. This leaf just grew. That lighter colored leaf right there is new. And so yeah, the Nubias are actually doing really well in this tank. I actually decreased the lighting, if you guys remember. Now it's just got one T8, I think a 20-watt bulb on there, and it seems like they've actually grown better under the lower light than they did under the 2 T5 lights. So did do some rearranging when I took them all out to take out all the substrate. You know, I had that problem, so there's not much substrate in here anymore, and I moved some of the plants around just a little bit, but it didn't seem to affect them too much. Am still battling a bit of an algae problem. You can see right here, just because the leaves grow so slow, sometimes they get green spot algae on them, and it seems like my otos, like, there's one oto right there, there's another one kind of right there underneath the log. They don't really seem to touch it. They love eating brown algae, and if you get any brown diatom algae on the glass or on the wood or anything, they eat that, no problem, but they don't seem to touch the ones on the leaves. So I'm kind of in the market for a fish that will eat that specific type of green algae. If anybody knows of one, Please, please, please hit me up. Put something in the comments because I'm really looking for a fish that will do that. Have been dosing a lot of Excel in this tank, more than the recommended dosage. So that I think has cut back on it a little bit. Like that leaf used to be covered in it, and that's died back. So yeah, I don't mind it growing on the wood. Like this is rather amusing. I don't know why, but it's growing. The algae's growing like little balls. It's not blackbeard algae. This is green, you know, just green algae growing on the wood. But it started right there, and then they have these little balls trailing all the way down. I don't know. Thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, there's some green algae on this. I don't mind it growing on the wood. I actually think it makes it better in my opinion. But I don't want it growing on my leaves. So if anybody knows of something they'll eat that, please let me know. But yeah, so this is my 20 long, nothing big. The water's pretty clear because I just did a water change. And this Fluval canister really does a good job. So, not going to show you guys my saltwater tank just yet. I have been spending a lot of time working on my 29-gallon saltwater. So the saltwater is in there. I have started the cycling process, and but not going to show you guys that just yet. I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit more camera worthy, and then I'll show you guys what's been going on with that. But it is kind of, you know, a slow process. I don't want to rush too fast, but it is exciting moving into the saltwater part of it, and having a lot of fun, learning a lot of new stuff, and so I'll show you guys that when it gets closer to being ready. So I'll tell you what. I'll give you a quick pan of the tank that sits right next to this tank. Okay, so you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. See, couldn't even see anything. But as always, people, thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. See y'all later.